We are today being joined by Sushant, Sareen, the Senior Fellow of ORF. Also, Ambassador Suresh Goyal is joining us, a former diplomat. Ambassador Goyal, I'm going to be coming to you first. If you can explain to us, who's won the war of perceptions? On one hand, you have the likes of Shashi Tharoor-led delegations, the likes of Salman Khurshid, and this is important. The names I'm taking is because they are not part of the government, who are going out and creating and telling people about Operation Sindoor and what India's narrative. On the other hand, you have incidences such as this, like Sherry Rehman now admitting that, yes, indeed, we have a track record of terror. Who's really winning the war of perception here?
Meghna, you are making me laugh at this question, really. Because when you talk about perceptions, whose perceptions are we talking about? I'm a diplomat. I deal with I'm retired now. But during my active life, I've dealt with leadership all over the world on different issues, and I do find that there is a huge variance, and variance is a very gentle word I'm using, between what the media talks about and the perception of the people who are in a position to take the decision. And even if there is a difference in the perceptions of the leaders and the media, very often the decisions taken by the leadership are not on the basis of the perception. They are taken on the basis of what is important to them, sometimes personally. And let me take the name. If President Trump, he gets a deal on the cryptocurrency or he gets an aircraft from Qatar, he is very easily swayed to take a decision one way. But, or the country, and they are very, very different. Another example. You are talking about Pakistan. All over the world, everybody knows, including the USA, they know it very well, that Pakistan is a country which has basically trained, which has given shelter, which has used terrorism, international terrorism, as an article of kind of state diplomacy or their own war against different countries. After all, how can they forget that Osama bin Laden was found in their country? But at the same time, if today Clinton or yesterday or whoever takes a call and say something about Pakistan, we should know that it is not because of that they don't know, but they have their own factors making the interest. And therefore, Meghna, my suggestion is that rather than talking about who has won the war of perception, what we should be talking about is what is our national interest, where do we need to go from Operation Sindoor, and how do we go about it without worrying about what the media story is.
You're absolutely right. There was a time, and everyone's been discussing that there was a time that India would come under the pressure of foreign powers about what the perception of India is going out. But Sushant, Sareen, you just heard one of the ministers of Pakistan. You had Mr. Tarar coming out and saying that no matter whether we won militarily or not, the point is that we managed to have, we won the meme fest, the meme war they have won. But many are saying that, yes, indeed, there is also perception which is being built. They've lost the war. We all know that. We all know that they are the ones who are harboring terror, but they still manage to get a bailout package from the IMF. Is that propaganda war failing for Pakistan, or did they manage to win at least that bout?
Meghna, you're mixing too many things. The IMF package had nothing to do with what transpired recently. It might later on, but at least this particular tranche was already decided weeks before the skirmish happened. So I think, we are unnecessarily mixing that up with the larger narrative. Secondly, this monkey-faced minister of Pakistan who's celebrating that we won the meme war, he should be ashamed of himself, because many of those memes were about how badly ruined Pakistan is. What more ruin can India visit on Pakistan? They have no roads, they have no water, they have no electricity. What the hell is India going to bomb anymore in Pakistan? Now, if this is winning the meme war, Pakistanis laughing over themselves, and Pakistanis berating Pakistanis outside Pakistan that you are sitting in the comfort of Dubai or US or UK and you want the Indians to come and bomb us out here, shame on you. If this is winning the meme war, they're welcome to it. Okay, I don't want any truck with it. But Meghna, let's also not ignore the fact that in this particular, some of the interviews which you have shown today, the journalist involved, Yalda Hakim, is somebody who understands the region, who has studied it, knows the insides out of what is happening. 99% of Western journalists are utterly ignorant and are ignoramuses when it comes to India and Pakistan, right?
Absolutely.
And that is a big problem. And to that extent, what the Pakistanis do is that they play those journalists. It's only once in a while they come across a journalist who's clued in and who challenges their narrative. Now, Pakistan being a country which has been found or which has as its foundations bigotry and lies. It was founded on the basis of lies and bigotry. That is what Pakistani diplomats and Pakistani politicians, when they go outside Pakistan, that is what they resort to. And along with it, there is denial and deflection, which is what you saw Sherry Rahman trying to do.
Absolutely.
The thing was that Yalda Hakim actually pinned her down on Pakistan's track record and then finally made her acknowledge that yes, Pakistan is trying to clean up what we have been doing with terrorism earlier. But it was not just earlier. Even now they are doing it. Even now we have seen sites of a shameless speaker of the Pakistani Punjab Assembly standing up and boasting about that my father is a great friend of this guy, Hafiz Saeed, that we have family relations with him. He's proud of the fact that they have relations with an internationally designated terrorist. You know, I can give you chapter and verse of how the Pakistanis have been behaving. Again, Meghna, allow me this. Yalda Hakim starts talking about Sajid Mir. And in fact, the Indian media has not spoken about it as much as we should have. Who was Sajid Mir? He was the mastermind, one of the masterminds of 2611. What did the Pakistanis say that when, there was a lot of pressure on arresting Sajid Mir? What was the Pakistani thing? We don't know who this guy is. Second, they said, he's not even a member of the Lashkar-e-Taiba. Then they said he's a member of the Lashkar-e-Taiba, but we don't know where he is. Then they said, yeah, we found out where he is, but he is dead. Then they said, we can't find his grave. Then they found his grave. Then they said, we exhumed his grave and gave fake DNA samples to say that the body buried is Sajid Mir. When the FATF continued to insist, they finally exhumed the body and suddenly, lo and behold, after Jesus Christ Almighty, another man was resurrected from the grave.
Yes.
And that was Sajid Mir, who was then tried in a court of the proceedings of which nobody